Hello, Sam here. In this video, we're going to look at one way to set up the rope at the top of a trad route to bring up a second climber. It's aimed at climbers with a working knowledge of placing gear and belaying, and of course the only way to really learn this is to get out there and do it, ideally with someone you trust watching over your shoulder to start with. That said, we hope this will be a good reminder for people who've been on course with us, or maybe you're just looking for some top tips that can be adapted to lots and lots of different routes, different situations. Please feel free to let us know your thoughts on this example in the comments down below and ideas for other videos that you'd find useful for your climbing. Okay, let's get into it.
Alright, cool. So just got to the top of this route and just going to talk through the process of building a belay. First thing I'll do is just pause for a minute and have a bit of a look at the kind of big picture. What are the obvious things? Is there like any big trees or big boulders, things like that I can build a belay off? And actually here there probably is, but for the purpose of the video we're going to build a little belay using nuts and cams in the rock in front of me here. So at the moment I'm still on belay from below, so the first thing to do is put my first piece in and clip that as if it was a normal runner on the route really. So let's see what we've got. Maybe a kind of finger size wire in there. So I'll get my medium size set of nuts. Let's see if I can fit that in. Cool. Alright, that looks pretty good actually. I'm going to give that a kind of 3 out of 5 maybe. And as I say, the first thing I can do with that is clip my rope into it. Might need the sling in a moment, so I can just pop that over my head. So that's my first piece. And then, maybe a kind of parallel crack over here. So let's just see if I can get a cam in there. Oh, not that one. That works quite well, but I think I might be able to get a good nut in there. So maybe I'll place a nut and then a bigger cam slightly higher up. Oh yeah, great. Another really good wire, that's probably a 4. Rock looks really solid, lots of contact with the nut. Nice piece. Dodgy cam. My second might not like that when he arrives. Ooh, that's actually sitting pretty well there as well. Great, so what did I say? 4, another 4, that's at 8, 9, 10, 11. So that's kind of an 11-point belay. So if I connect all these together nicely, that should be a really strong belay to bring up my climb from below. Okay, so just to make my life a little bit simpler, I'm probably going to join these two together using a sling to turn that into a single piece. So then I only have to equalize 2. This is going to come down quite low, so I can get away with a system where I clip and then tie my knot. So this has formed a bit of an arrow, so I'm going to point that towards where the load will come, and then I'm just going to tie a really simple overhand knot in there, nice and high. Great, so 2 snap gates on there. I could maybe just double one of those up, the one that's touching the rock there a little bit. So I've got another snap gate, and I'll just put it on back to back on the belay there. So that's just as good as a screw gate. Great, let me just get this sling out of the way so you can see what I'm doing. So just above where I've created the knot, it basically turns this into 2 little separate slings. So I'm going to make sure that I clip both of those with that screw gate. Okay. Great, get in there. Cool, so now, in a minute, I'm going to be sat down there to belay. I don't want to be stood up, because any pull from below is going to put loads of pressure on my knees. I might not be able to control that. So I'm going to be sat down there. So what I can do, instead of having to sit down and stand up and adjust things, I can just clip this second piece there, do that up. This is going to be an out of reach belay, so all the adjusting I'm going to do on a clove hitch off the loop of rope here. So I've just clipped it through the loop of rope. So if I clip that in there, might not do it up yet actually. And then I'm going to sit down, just giving myself enough rope. To a nice comfy position here, where I can see my climber coming up. I can see my ropes, that's all looking pretty nice. And then I'm going to just convert this one into a clove hitch, number 1. That's one clove hitch. So what that's done is it's made me independently attached to this anchor here on my left. Take the rope, go into this piece, second clove hitch on there, squeeze it on. Great, I'm just going to cinch that up, adjust that clove hitch, so that if I try and sort of fall off the edge here, all 3 of these anchors are taking weight, which they are. So that's looking pretty good. Check my screw gates, did I do that one up? Yep, sweet. So at that point, I'm safe. I can call down to Chris down there. All right, Chris, that's me safe. Winner, right. What's next? I'm just going to pull up all the slack rope. Heaps of it. Short pitch, short pitch. Come on. Is that you, Chris? Okay, great. Nice one, buddy. Great. So now I'm just going to load my belay plate here. Again, I'm just working off this loop of rope. Clip that in. The control rope's coming on to using the teeth in the belay device there, so I've got lots of control. And where's a good place for my legs, really? I don't want the rope running over my legs, really, because that hurts if Chris falls off. Great, climb when you're ready, Chris. Okay, nice one, dude. Have fun. I gotcha. Here he comes. Right, let's go, get up here. Ooh, itchy.
Nice.